Good morning, everybody. Best effing dad here. Today is Thursday, February 24th. And if you're just waking up now and haven't heard, Russia has invaded Ukraine, which is something that the U.S. government and intelligence agencies have been predicting. And they even said that Putin would wait until after the Olympics was over, so not to upset China. And this is an all-out assault, multiple bombings, multiple cities, troop movements, the whole shebang. So this is a full-on invasion of another sovereign country. Now, what does this have to do with COVID? Russian numbers with COVID are horrible. They are super high, they've been high, and I don't know if this is a distraction, money grab, you can call it whatever, minerals, uranium, I've seen the post, whatever, it doesn't matter to me. But Ukraine numbers are going up too. Now the US numbers are going down, but what I want you to notice is COVID in France is still very high. In Europe is still very high. In the UK is still averaging 40,000 cases a day. And they peaked around 95,000 cases, I think, average a day. So they're coming down to half. Now, the US numbers, we're averaging around 100,000 cases a day now, which used to terrify us this time last year. It's higher than the Delta surge, but here we are. Life is moving on. So what I wanted to talk about briefly is, COVID's not over. That's the first thing I'll say. We have this window, depending on where you live, obviously not Ukraine or Russia, but here in the US at least, and Canada and other parts of the civilized world, we have this small window where we're gonna have some normalcy. And my prediction is, has always been March through July, maybe this fall, next winter, we'll have a minor surge of an all-new variant that will shut us back down. But, we'll push through, we'll have new antibodies, we'll have new vaccines out. And yes, you might have to get a booster. Yes, you might have to mix and match. Yes, you might have to get a specific vaccination. It's fine, it's no big deal. It's much better. If you're taking your chances, it's much better than, we know that saying my natural immunity, which means non-infected, and let's get this right, like non-vaccinated immunity, is failing much more than vaccinated immunity. And vaccinated immunity is not 100%. We never said it was. And the more we have these variants go, the more our vaccinations are going to struggle. But scientists are working hard. Anyway, so we have this window of opportunity to have a level of normalcy. And real quick before I go into that, I wanted to talk about this stealth Omicron, and people are worried about that. Remember, it is still a subset of Omicron. And Omicron has torn through the world like we said it would, like, in December and January. And so it should offer, if you were vaccinated or had a mild case. My 5-year-old had a mild case of COVID in January. Literally 3-4 days of runny nose, a little cough, she got over it. She's vaccinated 2 doses. We're all boosted here in this house. My 15-year-old just got boosted this week. And right now, I don't plan on taking like a Omicron specific vaccination or another booster at this point. I might do it if in the fall we have another surge from another variant, then I'll reassess. But what you go through life, you have to stack up your odds. Oh, I forgot to finish my thought. So I wouldn't worry too much about the stealth Omicron because it's still a subset of Omicron, even with its variations. And so there is a lot of protection in the community right now because people have recovered from Omicron. And so you still have a good 4 or 5 months of protection. So I don't think the stealth Omicron will go very far. It might paint a picture of what we will see in the future, where there will be little flare-ups, et cetera, et cetera. I do have a little bit of concern about what's happening in Maine. That might be stealth Omicron or another variant. Like Omicron peaked Maine and then came back down, and it's now kind of up and down. It's still staying pretty hot up there in Maine. Same thing with Kentucky and Tennessee has been really slow. The rest of the United States has dropped dramatically. Tennessee and Kentucky have just been a little bit slower, and we don't really know why, but we'll see. Anyway, so you have this window, March through July, where you can have some level of normalcy. And what I'm asking you is, to spend this time and really work on your psychological health, your mental health. Really think about decluttering the news, your news sources, turning off people, and maybe they're your friends or your loved ones who are really down that rabbit hole of conspiracy. And every stinking conspiracy has not come true. Trump was not put back into, despite what my pillow guy says, Trump is still not president, Biden is president, JFK did not come back to life, like all of the stupid stuff. Ivermectin is not showing to be beneficial, and yet another study, yada, 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 And so it's time to really tune that sort of stuff out and get back to what really matters, which is your life and your happiness and your peace of mind. Regardless of what's happening in the world, you have this window of opportunity to really refresh, rejuvenate, and get ready, because there will be another minor surge. I'm telling you, this was 2020 was our first wave, 2021 was the second wave, and there wasn't a Delta wave and an Omicron wave. All of 2021 is going to be one big wave, and then there will be a 2022 fall winter surge. But we'll have tools and stuff to handle that. And so you just have to get through this next winter and work on your peace of mind. Start a garden, go back to church. If you haven't been back, it would be fine. Wear your mask depending on what stage you are. Remember, we have a group of the population, kids under 5, immunocompromised, cancer patients, transplant patients, people who can't form antibodies, whether chemically induced or biologically, naturally can't form antibodies, that we need to take care of. And so that's what it means, this next phase, as we learn to live with coronavirus. And no, it's not endemic yet. And it doesn't matter what your government says. It doesn't matter if California or whatever state or Florida has lifted mask mandates, et cetera, et cetera. It doesn't matter. You do what you know is sensible for you and your family. And for some people, they've been saying, yeah, what's sensible for me is not getting vaccinated or not wearing a mask. Fine. If that's what you really believe, the numbers are bearing out now. They're not on your side. They are not on your side. You cannot argue and debate with these numbers. You are putting yourself and your loved ones at risk. And, 5.5 million people worldwide have died. We will surpass 1 million deaths here in the United States. I think we're at 930,000, which is probably an undercount. And before it's all said and done, we'll have 1 million American deaths. And it's crazy, more than any wars in the history, all combined. But people still want to believe nonsense. Now, again, this is your opportunity. Don't waste it. Work on your mental health. Take care of each other. And I only do these videos when I feel like I have something relevant to say. That's why, as numbers are going down, I don't think y'all really need another talking head to explain why numbers are going down or what to do about it. It just adds to the noise. And for me and my family, we are just focused on our happiness. So, love you guys. Be careful, and I'll see you next time.